3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, this is Victor. I'm here with Penina, and we're going to be talking about her flipping and real estate journey, how she got her first flip under contract. Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Doing good. Thanks.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, I'm glad we could connect. I'm glad we could, share your story. You've made a ton of progress, and you're doing really well when it comes to real estate. So I want to share that with everyone.
Awesome. Trying.
Well, that's good. So, okay, well, let's start with this. Where are you based out of?
So I live in New York,
Okay.
but I'm focusing in the New Jersey area.
Gotcha. So you live in New York, you invest in New Jersey, and what's your background?
So I was actually in the diamond and jewelry business for 9 years. And while I was in the diamond business, I started doing Airbnbs in Manhattan. So that really was what got me into real estate. And then Airbnb became illegal in New York, so I had to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking of what I do want to go into the real estate space. So next stop was really starting to, look into single family homes, fix and flip and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually didn't know that with the Airbnb stuff. Was that recent, like a year or so ago, or when did this happen with it being illegal?
No, when did it start being illegal?
Mm-hmm.
It's been illegal, I would say like 4 years already.
Oh,
So
okay.
before
Wow.
that. It started when it was legal.
Yeah.
Then it became illegal. Yeah, and then I was actually going into Airbnb during this whole right before Corona happened,
Mm-hmm.
looking in Miami Beach, which has a lot of regulations and stuff like that. And then I said, you know what, I'll hold off till the summer ends because people typically go to Miami during wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
And then thank God, because I actually was in Miami right before Corona, like looking at apartments. There's a building that committed to like giving me a certain amount of apartments. And then I was like, okay, let me think about it because of, timing wise. And then Corona happened. So I got really lucky on that end.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
guess Airbnb is not an option right now.
See, I guess you really dodged a bullet there. I mean, that wouldn't have been good if you got tied up and right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially now there's a lot going on in Miami with Corona. So,
Yeah, there's just a
okay.
lot of regulations and stuff against Airbnb. So it's become more complicated to do.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Okay. So, you went from Airbnb and jewelry, so you want to do fix and flips. Okay. And then what were some of your like struggles and frustrations with real estate, like before we met, as you were getting into it?
The struggle, it's just like getting started, really reading, looking into it, trying to get advice from people that know what they're doing. Just finding the area that I specifically want to focus on, I think was the struggle. Like I found the area that I wanted to focus on, but then it became not an option anymore. So just finding the other opportunity. And right now I do feel like I'm in a place where I feel like I know where the focus is. So yeah, it's just a struggle to get to exactly where you want to go. And then, okay, this is the right path, So I would say that was the initial struggle. Also just making sure that the path was right. And in a way, I'm a little happy that it didn't work out on the Airbnb side because of just so many different things that are affecting it, and I really feel like in the fix and flip area and the buy and hold, there's a lot of opportunity. And it's like things are standing in your way, like it's just about you really working hard and doing it, and it should be good,
Mm-hmm.
So
I really like the strategy we have for you is like do a flip and then do a buy and hold, or like do 2 flips, do a buy and hold. So it just helps build up that portfolio. So you always have that cash buffer and that cash down payment. So I'm really excited for you for that.
yeah.
Cool. So you have a flip under contract and hopefully closing in like a week or 2 or 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. What can you tell us about that, or love to hear about that and any detail you're open to sharing?
Sure. So that was a fun one that was sourced through a wholesaler. So I really started originally marketing myself, and I'm still doing that, just trying to reach out to sellers directly. But I do think there's a huge advantage in building relationships with wholesalers that have good deals.
Mm-hmm.
And just really jumping in it as soon as possible. So a wholesaler shared the property that I'm in contract on right now. Went down there, took a look at it. The numbers look good. We went over it together. It looks really good. And yeah, we jumped in. So now we have to see what happens.
There we go. Yeah.
We brought in an appraiser, and the numbers still look really good, and I think it's going to be a great house. Yeah.
Okay. So are you comfortable like sharing numbers, like what
Sure.
you're buying it at? What do you think repaired? Okay.
Okay. So we're under contract for $120,000. The repair cost right now is it's It's around 80,000. We have a quote for 70, but then we have to do the roof for another 12,000. I do think it's going to end up being a little more. Let's say 90,000.
Okay, 90. That's fair.
Yeah, so we're at 90,000. The ARV on the property originally we said was going to be 265,000. Then, thanks to your advice, we spoke to a few realtors, and they're seeing it more in the 300,000. So that's really cool. Hopefully, we can get that.
That could be a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the contractors I spoke to though said that we have to make sure we price it well, because if we don't price it well, then it won't sell. So we have to make sure that we price it well. But yeah, the numbers seem really good. I initially was a little concerned about, because I've previously been burnt by contractors. So that's where you're coming in and really, really helping. So yeah, so now we're just in the process of checking out contractors, getting quotes from them. It's taking time for them to get back to us. But yeah, the quote that we're speaking about, that's the 70,000, I think it's a little lower than what it's going to be. That's why I'm saying maybe 90.
Okay, maybe 90, yeah. And that's what I'm budgeting. I'm budgeting like probably like 80 to 100, like 100 high end, worst case, because things go wrong. So I totally get that. But still a good deal. Like, buy at 120, put in 90-ish, sell like lowest 265. I remember running the numbers with you, like it was up to 300, I think was fair. Because it's a big, it's a big house. It's a great area, lots of acreage too. So I think there's a lot of potential in that place. That place is going to look good once it's done, for sure.
And they're also saying that it's a seller's market now, so that's good. Things are selling quickly.
That'll make it a ton better. When you were looking at that deal, were you nervous at all with it being your first flip? Like, what were some of the things going through your head as you were trying to get that first one going?
So for me, I really believe in just jumping in and trying things. I definitely started working with you because I really wanted to feel like, what do I know? I don't know anything, And so when you're going in with someone, it's not, you're reading books. It's really good to have someone's experience and really know what to do. And so definitely, like, I feel so much more confident that I have you, and I know that I have questions, and like, you also know, like, no, this is going to be okay. This isn't, So definitely, because I had you available, like, I feel very, very comfortable jumping in.
Oh, cool. Okay. So you weren't nervous or anxious at all. Like, you knew, like, okay, cool.
What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
Actually, I'm not going to answer that.
No, yeah.
200,000.
No, I think it's a good deal, though. I wouldn't have recommended if it wasn't. So there's a good deal. There's a good profit buffer. So heaven forbid things go wrong. I mean, that's a good one for sure. Okay, so that's the one. And then closing in a couple weeks is the plan.
Okay. Yeah. So far, everything looks like it's going smooth, so that's good.
That is good. Okay, cool. Okay, interesting. So you got that flip going. That's fantastic. Yeah. And then what are some of your goals with this? Like, you're trying to build a full-time income, do this full-time, or what are you looking to do eventually after you get this flip done?
So I'm doing this 100% full-time. So day to day, I'm looking for new deals. I'm interacting with investors to see, to grow on that end also. And yeah, just figure out the process and then really scale up.
Okay, cool. What are some of your thoughts, like, because I know when we met, you're starting wholesaling, and I don't know if you're still doing that. Like, what are your thoughts wholesaling versus flipping now that you've kind of done a little bit of both?
So I feel like it is good to just bring cash flow in. So the wholesaling side, if you can do that, you could just flip quickly and make money on that so that you can actually eat.
Yeah, fair.
And with flipping, it could take a good 3-4 months. So I actually think that it's really good to do a balance of both, really, of both options. I think it's good. Yeah. But in the long run, you'll definitely, the more you can get out of the property, the more money you'll make, So whenever there's a really good deal, I'll definitely want to do a fix and flip and just raise the money if I can. For me, the wholesaling side is, if I can't do that, then I'd rather make and flip.
That makes a ton of sense. So you want to do both. And it makes sense, like with the wholesale, you can be in and out within a couple weeks, like check in hand. It's a smaller check, but it's still like a good short-term thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then with regards to that, like, would you recommend others work with me as well?
Definitely. I think that you're awesome.
Thank you.
You're super responsive, which is awesome. Ask a ton of questions, even if it's a different deal that isn't related. Like, the buy and hold that I'm doing now, like definitely having a really good experience. I really appreciate all your time, your insight and everything. And yeah, definitely. I think that it's really important for me as a beginner. It's really important to invest in your education, invest in getting the right guidance, you know, and just even hiring you and saving that money that I would have lost on screwing up or hiring the wrong person would cost significantly more. So I think there's definitely value in making sure you have people on your team that are helping and rooting for you, you know? So
No, I'm with you there. Okay. And then why should someone listening take action now?
why not? Well, if you want to be successful in life, you got to get up and start working and do stuff. So I think some people are scared, or there's nothing to be scared of. I just got to jump in the water and just do it. I think Nike's "Just Do It" sign is amazing, and it's so true.
Exactly.
Just gotta do it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just do it.
Just do it. Just get started. Yeah. No. Okay.
Get started. What's the worst that can happen?
I'm with you there. I am with you there. Okay. Well, good. No, I do appreciate you taking the time. This has been really helpful and really insightful. I've learned a few things myself, which is always good in terms of your story. But any final thoughts as we wrap up here?
No, thanks for having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to go to really the next level. We'd love to talk after when we close the deal and we actually see all the money and what we made, you know? I think
That'd be
it's
cool.
really important for people to see like and understand the breakdown and everything.
We can see the, yeah, I'm open to that if you are. We can do an interview
100%,
post.
yeah.
Like, hey, what did you learn? How did it go? And then you can hold up like a big check. Yeah, this is me. This is what I made.
Nice. I think that anyone really watching should definitely just don't make excuses anymore and just jump in and do it, and make sure that you have someone like Victor to help you and hold your hand. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful. Yeah.
I agree 100%. Perfect. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate you taking the time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Bye.